Okay.
Hello, how's it on? It's broadcasting, isn't it? Yes, it is live, but it's not exactly live. People still okay. I like to turn off my. There you go. I can hear myself, so everything's wonderful and good. Hey there, everybody. This is Shaney Entertaining, and today, guys, I got a special guest with me. Usually, I like to wait to see if people come on because then I have to reintroduce you. But whatever.
I can do that later again. Yeah.
Hey guys, I got Suzanne or
Mhm.
Susie, as her
Yes.
friends like to call her, and she just confirmed that I'm her friend. So yay.
Aw.
Um, so she is from. She has a popular YouTube channel called Passionate Play, and she's a sex guru, baby. Yeah, sex coach.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
behave.
Sex coach. Yes. Yeah. Almost 5 years now. So that's it's been a while. Hmm.
Yeah, 5 years of sexual coaching. Where
Yeah.
were you when I was just rubbing sticks together? You know, not knowing what to do,
Probably right here. Yeah.
floundering like a teenage weirdo, with
Aw.
pimples, talking with a squeaky voice. Ah, hey, what you want to go out with me? You know,
Oh.
I needed a guru back in those days,
Yeah.
but now I consider myself somewhat of a guru.
Good.
And so today, guys, as you can tell, this is not my usual jam. I'm doing my own solo act. This is my first duo, I would say, and with this lovely girl you're from the Netherlands, right?
I live here. That's
You live,
about as far as I'll go.
you live in the Netherlands, so you don't like
I
it. Or
live with it. Nah. It's cold and wet. It's not great.
you're
Yeah.
cold and wet, baby. And
Yeah.
behave.
Well, if you're going for wet, then warm is better. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Warm and wet is always better than cold and wet.
Yes, absolutely.
There's significant shrinkage when you're
Yes.
a guy.
Yes.
That's always problematic. So we got 3 people watching.
Yay.
That's which is good so far, and it's just early on, which is good. Let's see, is there anybody? I like to just so you know, I also like to do the discussions. I read them as they come. That's
Cool.
usually how I do my stuff. But
Let's see if I
anyway,
can
guys,
split it too.
yeah. So what we're here to discuss today is movie pickup lines. Now I know I've been on this sort of anti-feminist track lately, but I kind of wanted to do something a little more positive, something that brings people together, something that brings men and women love and compassion, and just a reminder that hey guys, we don't have to fight. We could love each other, and
Yes.
that's sort of what I want to do today. I want to talk about the relationships that we can actually the positive relationships that we have. And I find a lot of people today are floundering around. Oh, so we got Laura is here. Hello, Laura. I
That's,
remember you.
that's one of my girlfriends,
Oh
actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she must have some interesting pickup lines also happen to her.
Probably. Oh, yes. I'm pretty sure she has. Yeah. And she does the same. She gets pretty drunk and then she's suddenly really chatty. So I'm sure she can
But
come up
don't we
with
all
some.
though? Like we're all sort of chatty. That's Roja sending messages, by the way.
Oh, I see. I see.
She needs to chill. No. Yeah. So yeah, I have a bunch of prepared pickup lines, which I thought was kind of funny.
Cool.
But before we get into those, I want to hear what are the funniest or the best pickup lines you've ever heard? Like if you could think like off the top of your head. I know you weren't prepared for that question, but
Yeah. You just sprung that on me.
that's how I do, baby. That's how you get the most realistic thing.
Well, that's not one that happened to me, but one that I heard from Angel is that he at some point said to a woman, "Those are some really, really ugly shoes," and she was like, "What?" And that startlement got them into an actual conversation, and she was like, "Yeah, aren't they? They're so awesome!" And that because he just said whatever it
But that's
right
sort of
felt
really all you
right
need,
to.
right?
Yeah, because it's so cool that you could just say that, even though it's like so counterintuitive that you're calling her shoes ugly, but it worked. I mean, not that I was just trying to pick her up. It was just he was trying to start a conversation, but she was actually willing to listen, because before that she was a bit like, what do you want? You know?
Well,
So
in the
it's
books, in the
nice.
books that I've read about picking up girls, I find that
Yeah.
that actually is textbook because
Mm,
from what I hear, I mean, from things I've read, is that number one, when I the stuff that I've read, which is funny, you
uh-huh.
start off with talking about a girl's clothes, and that's usually either, but a lot of times they say compliment a clothing, like, oh, you got a nice, well, that's a nice necklace. Where'd you get it? Right? That's always like an
Yeah.
icebreaker, because that's really what it is. You need it as an icebreaker,
Yeah, nice break. Yeah.
because most guys don't know what to do, right? I'll be honest with you, as a dude, most guys, especially, there's no classes, which there should be actual classes. There should
Yes.
there
There
should
should
be
be
classes,
classes. Yes.
yeah, for sure, on
Yeah.
actually how to properly approach, the opposite sex, whether you're girl or boy,
Yeah.
whatever, or whatever sex you want.
Absolutely. That
So,
would be wonderful.
oh yeah, no, I mean, I've seen, like, I have my uncle, one of my uncles is gay, and he has the worst way of picking up guys I've ever seen in my life. And I'm like, I'm not even gay, but I can tell you that ain't working. I can tell you. Like, actually, seriously, I caught him doing this. We went to a movie together, watch one of the Marvel movies, and he was attracted to the concession kid guy,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
he starts doing all this stuff, like, and I'm like, I'm talking to him about something, and I turn around
Yeah.
and I see that he's just like making these weird. It reminded me of Dumb and Dumber. Remember that
Oh.
scene when Jim Carrey says, "I'm just gonna go by the bar and put out the vibe," and he just starts putting out his butt. And I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "That guy over there he's so cute. Oh my god!" And I'm just like, "So go talk to him. He's a person.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
exactly.
You're just standing here like making faces at him, like."
Yeah.
And
And
needless to
yeah,
say, he's
that
still
doesn't work.
single, probably single.
Yeah, I don't think that works now. And another thing I've heard that was kind of astounding to me is just, so there was this guy who would just it was not particularly pretty, um, but he would just go up to girls and just ask, "Hey, do you want to have sex? Hey, do you want to have sex?" And he would just play the numbers game. He would just ask so many people in one night that eventually he would go home with somebody, and it worked every single time he went out. Every single time. So
Well, it's
no.
funny because if you're attracted to someone, like really attracted, I think, like they've always say, girls know that you're attracted, who they're attracted to right off the bat, or guys.
Mhm.
People know who they're attracted to right away,
Yeah.
and it doesn't take much if you find a specific attraction. The
Mm.
only difference I think between girls and guys is girls have an automatic. You can speak to this, right? Because I'm not a girl. You are. So you woman-splain me because I don't want to be mansplaining what you think.
Oh goodness! Don't
So I'll
don't
tell you
go
what I
there.
think, and you tell me if I'm full of crap.
Yeah, okay, okay.
So
Go ahead.
basically, women are inherently, and this is what I've read in books, by the way. Women are, and I know this as fact, are
Mm-hmm.
inherently cautious of men. Who would have thought? And so when you go up to girls on the street or just at a bar that you don't know, automatically, unless they have some drinks in them, if they have some drinks in them, you're probably okay. But if they don't have it, they're just cold, right, fresh. They walk through the door. They haven't had their little coolers yet to warm up. Um, to go up to them, they're already sort of kind of guarded a little bit,
Yes, yes, yes,
So you guys kind of have to be a little extra clever to kind of warm them up.
yeah,
Like a little joke
yeah.
starts off, warming them up a little to you, right? But you can't come on strong. You can't just go straight off the bat and be all like,
Yeah, you
hey,
can.
baby.
Well, you can, but then you gotta prepare. Be prepared that it's
That
gonna
hasn't been my
fail.
experience. I'll tell
It's
you right now.
it's gonna fail a lot of the time. I mean,
Well, yeah.
if you're gonna do that, you're gonna play the numbers game, like I said, because you're gonna fail like 90% of the time. But if you don't care about that, but eventually he got so good at this that he would just pick a letter because it was too easy for him. He would pick a letter every night, like, okay, I want a girl with the starting with the with the name with the letter A, for example, and then he would do that. But yeah, apparently that works. But what you're saying is right. I mean, you do have so many people coming to you, usually as a girl, that you kind of have this this constant, okay, what's next? And trying to be prepared for all the people that you don't want to talk to. So you have to kind of get through that somehow. Yeah, that's
And here's the problem with guys too. Like, and this again, I can only speak to my own experience, but in guys that I've ever actually seen. Oh, before I get on to this, I'm just gonna say, guys that are here, Brian Young, how you doing, buddy? He also he came up with a gay pickup line that was pretty bad.
Yeah, I see that.
He goes, "Can I push your stool in?" Which is absolutely hilarious. I really do. He says this is a gay bar chat line. Tori LG, how you doing? Hey guys, she says. Yeah. I think as a guy though, this is the funny part. Most guys are shy by nature, right? So we always have to drink in order to. We always have to drink in order to kind of get some courage, right? Courage.
Sure.
Not me though. I actually, believe it or not, I didn't really have to drink, but a lot of people did. A lot of guys do. The problem is there's a small window between charming and douchebag. That what alcohol does to you. You know, and you got to really have to navigate the waters of charming, like where alcohol makes you Prince Charming, you know, and then slowly turns you into douchebag. You know what I mean? Because there's, you know, when you drink too much, you go from, you know, this sophisticated, hello, baby, how are you, to, I think you're so freaking hot.
Yeah, okay.
Yes,
I mean? I see what you mean.
A little tipsy, you're fine. You got the words, you're good. But a little too much, and you got this bad breath, alcohol in your face, going, "You got some nice boobs, man."
Yeah, definitely don't do that. But that's what mine is easy, right? You just try to keep track of how much you're drinking. I mean, just try to stay on top of things.
Oh, for sure.
But I have to say, I have the same experience. I mean, like I said, I date girls, and early on in this whole thing, when I figured out I like girls a bit better, and I wanted to start dating them, I went out a lot, like every single weekend. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to get out there and do this, and I realized very soon that I kind of was trained by society to just lay back and wait, and that doesn't work.
Yeah,
because the other girls also do that. So then you're all just kind of waiting and looking, and then nothing is happening. So you kind of need to get over yourself as a gay girl and go, okay, I need to go up to people and actually talk to them. So that was a revelation, which kind of obvious, kind of duh, but
well, it's a thing that guys have been going through our whole lives. It's just, it doesn't matter how like good looking you are. You can go into a club and you like girls will walk out with like they're just pocket full of numbers, and guys will walk in there going with nothing. It doesn't matter how good looking you are. You'll go in there with nothing. You're lucky if you get one girl coming up to you going, but they'll usually be like, my friend here thinks you're cute, you know, something weird like that. It's never. And if you do get a girl coming on to you, you kind of like, as a guy, like your instinct right away is, I don't know, something must be wrong with her. It's not even. It's just because you're not used to it. If you were more used to it, maybe it would be fine. But like our initial instinct is, she's broken. She's broke. Something's wrong with her. She shouldn't be coming up to me. This is wrong. It's just you don't know how to deal with it. Your brain can't process this information because it's just so weird.
I don't know. I've dated guys for a long time, and I find it very successget to go up to them and just say, "Hey, do you want to?"
Well, I didn't say it doesn't work. It works. Guys, it takes a moment for guys to get.
It'll take you a moment to realize what's going on. Yeah, that's
Laura
fair.
says, "Well, if I'm going out, I definitely drink some booze, and then I'm not waiting around type."
Laura is not the waiting around type. No, she just goes and flirts with everybody and goes like, "Oh, what did I do?" Yeah, that's true.
So let's start, because like I have all this stuff planned, because I mean the reason why I wanted to do movie pickup lines is because when I was younger, like a teenager, you know, trying like I said, rubbing two sticks together to figure out how to approach girls of the opposite sex, by the way, which you have to be very careful these days. So when you're trying to pick up, girls and stuff, you never know what to do. So you rely on your movie heroes, your movie stars and guys like. So a lot of times I used to actually try to mimic certain lines to see if
Yeah.
they would work from different movies, right?
Right. Yeah.
And I'll be honest, very few of them were actually successful. When you actually figure out that they're all properly written out in a script form, so there's no way they're going to fail, or
Yeah.
the stars don't align perfectly all the time for this scenario to work out. So most of the time, you're like, I'm just waiting for this line to come out. And I'm not talking about the cheesy stuff, right? I'm
Right.
talking about the good stuff. Like
Yes.
the cheesy stuff would be like, okay, because I have some cheesy ones really written
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
So I got someone. So
Yeah.
this one came from Ron Burgundy. I don't know. It's that movie, Ron Burgundy.
No.
Basically, it's with Will Ferrell. It's a comedy. It's a bunch of
Okay.
bunch of schmucks. They were kind of awkward people in the first place.
Mhm.
So I think one of the characters played by the guy from The Office. What's his name? You know the movie The Office. The show The Office?
Yeah.
Stephen Carell.
Hmm?
Stephen Carell, Anchorman. The movie's Anchorman, by the way. The character's name is Ron Burgundy. Thank you,
yeah.
Nancy. Thank you for helping me out. She's always here to correct me. So anyway, so his pickup line was really horrible, and that's why I'm starting off with this. Christina Applegate is the receiver end of this, and he says to her, "This is Stephen Carell in his awkward way. Would you like to go to a party in my pants?"
Right.
And then she says, very angrily, "No, I would not like to go to a party in your pants." And then he turns immediately to the guy next to him and goes, "Johnny, would you like to go to a party in my pants?"
Oh.
So give me a percentage. How much was this? Does this ever work in any scenario?
Oh, well, why not? I mean, I think you did.
It's not working at the church, I'll tell you right now.
No, probably not. No, but I think it could work if you kind of break through somebody's guard with the funniness. Like that's the thing, right? You need to kind of startle them and go, "You said what? What did you say?" And then maybe you could start a conversation from there. I mean, that's how it might work. But if you might as well get water splashed in your face or something. I mean, this is also quite likely.
He said it seriously. He didn't say it jokingly, which was creepy as hell.
Yeah,
but I used to do this. This is something I used to do. And it comes from Austin Powers. And this was a common thing I did because I know it's exactly what you just said, which is you have to break the guard with some comedy. And if you can get away with it, it's fine. And this used to actually work. Where I used to go up to girls, and this is again a pickup line that I got from Austin Powers.
Okay.
You know it's going to be great.
Yeah.
So I go up to girls sincerely and go, "Excuse me,
Yes.
can I ask you a question? And I really want you to be honest with me. Do I make you horny, baby? Do I? Are you Randy? Oh, behave." Grooving.
Okay. That
And
could
it
work.
actually works because
Yeah.
the sincerity of it gets girls kind of go, "Uh-oh, what is he going to ask me?" Oh, you know what I mean? Right away, you can see that in their face. Oh my God, he's going to ask me something really creepy. I don't know what he's going to say. And then the minute you go, "Do I make you horny, baby? Oh, behave." Right away, they relax and they go, "Oh, it's just so funny. You do that so well." And doing the accent and everything also helps. So,
Okay.
but if I did that as a
mix.
normal person without the accent, it doesn't work.
Yeah. I like the mix because I think if you start out with the accent, you probably get them going like, "What are you doing?" But if you get them first with the "Can I ask you a question?" and they're like,
So,
I guess.
CJ is just crying, laughing at that. But that's it. It works so many times in clubs, especially. Like, and usually it'd be like, or even people you knew, friends. I used to just do it for fun, even when I didn't want to pick up girls. I just want to see reactions. I love to see reactions, so I would just go up to girls and even girls I know, and especially girls that you actually know, because when you like friends, because when you start talking seriously, like, "Oh my God, is he going to do something creepy weird? Is he going to ruin our relationship right now, our friendship?" Just be like, "I want to ask you a question, but I want you to ask. I want you a sincere answer from you." Like you get really serious, and then you just, "Do I make you horny, baby?" They're like, "Oh my God!" And I actually had a girl. I don't remember who it was. It was a while. I just remember she was disappointed because I think she
Yeah.
was actually waiting and wanting me to like, you know, say
Aw,
something serious, and then I ended up
yeah.
screwing her over. But I was like, too bad, sucker.
Yeah. I think actually that's one other point that really helps is if you just not too serious, not too intense with it. If you're just like, okay, let's see what reaction I get. That's a way better attitude than going like, okay, this one's really cool. I need to have my A game now, and you get all nervous and then you know you get all this pressure on it. If you it's way more relaxed if you can just go, okay, well, let's just see, let's have some fun. Maybe she's not even a cool person, let's find out. Let's
Well,
test
yeah,
her
I
a
mean,
bit.
if you have a sense of humor right off the bat, then like
Yeah.
for both sides, you want someone with a sense of humor, not someone
Oh,
who's taking
absolutely.
themselves too seriously.
Yeah.
And that's a good way to also weed out whether or not you even want her. Just because you're asking her, just because you're talking to her, doesn't mean you want her. It just means
Absolutely.
she's attractive and you just want to know more about her. But
Yes, that's a
so
good,
you got to
good
lower
point.
that guard,
Yes.
and that's always a fun way. So I got other ones. Van Wilder. It's a movie. It's like an older, I think, 90s movie or early
Okay.
2000s. It was kind of like National Lampoon sort of thing, but it was like by Ryan Reynolds.
Okay.
He has this amazing
I think I saw some clips of that. I was researching a bit, but I don't remember all the names. But okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, he's like playing a teenager, trying to like he's like so he's in college or something. And he's picking up
Yeah.
girls, and he had this really amazing one which I kind of liked, and I think it would work. So he goes up to a girl and goes, "Are you stalking me?" Hold on, because if you are, that's super.
Yeah.
No, actually,
Nice.
sorry, it would be like actually I said it wrong. He goes, "Are you stalking me?" Because that would be super. That's what he said. And I like that one because it's just the reaction of, "Are you stalking me?" Like making it seem like she wants him, which is always sort of a weird trick that a lot of guys do.
Yes.
And then they say it's fine by me if you are.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one. That's nice.
Nope. Some of them are really sappy, which I find hilarious.
Oh, yes.
Those ones never ever work ever.
Yeah.
Like Jerry Maguire,
Oh.
you complete me. Like ever go to a girl and say you complete me? That's never working.
But how can you cannot open with that? How could you open with that? That's you don't even know this person. And
I got an idea. You say, "Can I buy you a drink?" You complete me.
Come on.
That's not gonna work.
If it's immediately dismissed, like
Yeah,
whatever.
a whole bunch of middle ground there.
Yeah, that's a bit like people going on my channel and going commenting and say, "I want to marry you." I'm like, what? You barely know me. I don't know you. What? How do you live on the other side of the world?
These guys are fast movers.
Yeah.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you believe in, but
yes. And then they go, why not?
Like, say yes.
What?
You should say yes. Like really, like put it back on them and see how.
Yeah. Or like okay. So when are you coming over then? And
yeah.
Let's work out the details.
Yeah, I ain't cheap either, by the way. You're coming with some rocks, boy.
All right. Yeah. Good work.
I'm a bling. You gotta put some bling on me. That's never. I can safely say that scenario has never happened to me.
No. Oh.
No, girls don't come up to me and just ask me to marry them. It doesn't happen. Not yet. At least not sober anyway. At least not. I haven't seen it.
I heard they dropped their clothes for you though. That's what I heard.
Oh, so Laura says, I think she's saying this is something maybe she's gotten. I don't know. I love sex. You love sex. So we should get married.
I've made a whole video about this at some point. This is something somebody literally said to me. Like, hello, why not? I mean, I love sex and you love sex and clearly we should get married. I'm like, what?
So Laura asks me now if I want to marry her.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell you what she should have told everyone. If you want me, well, you should have put a ring on me. I don't come cheap either.
Okay, so she sends you a ring, then it's done
Yeah,
deal.
then it's yeah, a ring. Actually, I don't care about rings, to be honest. I'm not a jewelry kind of guy, but I don't mind a watch. I've always said I wanted an
A
engagement
nice
watch.
watch.
Yeah, or a
Yeah.
tattoo. I always thought it'd be interesting. Like instead of giving someone an engagement ring, I thought would be actually better would be an engagement tattoo, where you
Okay.
actually get like that's more permanent, right? You get like
Right.
on your ring finger, you get a tattoo, and on the bottom
Right.
you put her name, right, or the
Okay.
name of her or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And this way, like you can't take it off ever, right? Because it's an actual. It's meaning. I find
Yeah.
it more meaningful and just a wee bit cheaper.
I have no idea what that would cost, and also I'm not sure I'm into that kind of permanence. But
Well, yeah,
that's my
well,
thing.
yeah, but I'm talking about romantic. You just say, just like you get a like. I'm not saying like this should have been in a movie. It never was, but I think it would be
No.
cool if it was written in a movie.
Yeah.
You invite someone to marry them. How are you going to do that? Well,
Go
just like
to
meeting at a
get a tattoo together.
tattoo shop, right? And then
Yes.
you say, "What tattoo am I going to get?" And then you just get yourself an engagement tattoo, and then you
Oh.
say, "This one's for you too." Right? I think that was my thing. I thought that would be cool.
Okay. I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I
Yeah.
should write a movie. I should write a romantic comedy.
Yeah, why not? Go ahead.
All right. So I got.
Yeah, you have more. You have more.
Oh yeah, for sure. This one is an interesting one because it comes
Mm-hmm.
from Robert Downey Jr. Did a character called the Pickup Artist back in the day in the
Mm-hmm.
80s, 1987. I don't know
Yeah.
if you ever watched that movie, but it was kind of a fun movie. It's with what's her name, the redhead. I can't remember her name. She was in Pretty in Pink. All these 80, whatever. Anyway, it's
Okay.
irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's still, but it's gonna bother me.
You can
It's sort of
Google
like,
it. I have Google right here.
um, Molly Ringwald. See, I didn't need your Google. My
Okay.
brain is Google. No, I'm just kidding. It's Gaga. So he says this, and this was
Yeah.
the whole movie kind of revolves around this line, where
Mm-hmm.
he would run up to girls on the street, mind you, who are
Yeah.
minding their own business.
Yeah.
He'd run right in front of them with his cute little sort of way of saying, and he goes, "Did anybody tell you you've got the face of a Botticelli and the body of a Degas?" And the girls would be like, "What?" But it's like that icebreaker that you said
Mm-hmm.
that just breaks the ice, and then
Yeah.
after he was just charming and they liked him, and it
Mhm.
actually kind of worked for him a few times. And when it didn't work on Molly Ringwald, she was just too smart for that move. She answered with, "Yes, my art teacher," and that was her response to that.
Ah.
But yeah, she said Molly Ringwald, and Dana CJ said that.
Mhm.
I beat you to it, by the way.
Yeah.
There's, I think, a delay. So I don't know.
That's a delay. Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought that was a cute line. I don't know how effective that is, though.
That might
Would
work.
really?
I don't know. It depends a bit. I don't know. It could. It depends a bit on who you have in front of you, I would say.
Um,
Like if you could tell somebody that, like, give somebody a compliment or just tell them something that you genuinely feel about them, and this is just a prettier package for that. I can see that work.
it
But
just seems a little bit forced, though. It's like a forced line, and I
yeah,
probably
yeah.
it's like it makes them want to think like, who are you talking about? Like, who, a Botticelli and Degas? What?
Yeah, but the problem with this is probably, or at least for me, probably more people, they would go like, the what now? And then, then you would just kind of have this mismatch because they feel stupid, and then you're like, you're expecting them to know what that would look like, and then they like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, or they go, they lie, or they go like, I don't know what you're talking about, and then you have this complete mismatch. And I'm not sure with it would
Most girls would probably be like, "Oh my god, are they like artists? I don't know what you mean.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
are they like? Are you like trying to say like a painting or something? Like, I don't know. Are they like a
yeah.
like they probably wouldn't even understand. Most girls probably would be like, but
Yeah.
then you got like I said, Molly Ringwald. She played a more intelligent character.
I guess
And
it could
she
work
actually
to weed out those people if you're going for this kind of person who would know
Yeah.
this particular, yeah, then you could weed out the rest. I
But
mean,
the pickup artist wasn't interested in having a relationship.
um,
He
well,
wanted just unbridled.
then he should have used a different line.
So okay, so it's which is funny because I had a very similar line that I made up,
Yeah.
which was not exactly like that, but my line was basically what I wanted to do. This was my whole purpose of the line that I made up, which
Mhm.
was uh, I wanted to make sure that it was something she didn't understand right off the bat and had to think about.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that
So that
works.
did she so
Mhm.
that just so that she kind of was like, is he coming on to me? I don't even know, you know.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
afterwards, so basically I
Yeah.
would go up to a girl, let's say in a coffee shop that I really like, and so I'd be like, hello there, my name is Shane, and I was pondering if your person was not betrothed at this present interval. If not, thus would you wish to engage me for a serendipitous tryst?
Okay.
And I said that many times. I went to so many girls, and a lot of times I used to get, huh? Like that was
Yeah.
legitimately the line I get back was, huh? And I have this all memorized, by the way. Pondering if your person was not betrothed at this present interval, thus would you wish to engage me for the serendipitous tryst? And then, huh? And then I'd be like, that. And I usually followed with, and I was expecting the huh. That was
Yeah.
the point.
Yeah.
And it was just sort of like, I don't know. That was just sort of my kooky way of asking if you wanted to go for a coffee. That's kind of like what I said afterwards, and that never,
Yeah.
ever worked.
Oh, okay. So why did you keep using it?
I like to see people's reactions. You
Okay.
understand? I'm a jerk
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I
Oh,
like to test the waters. I test people out. That's one of my biggest things. I like to test. Yeah, I'm like a testing kind of guy. I like to test to see what people think, how
hmm,
people, and what works and what doesn't. I like
yeah,
to see reactions of people. That's just sort of
yeah.
the thing I do. Like I
Okay.
used to go to the body shop. The body shop where they
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
and stuff. And I
Hmm.
said, oh, excuse me, hi, this is the body shop. And they go like, yeah, you can tell me, where do you keep the body? And just
Okay. Okay. Hmm.
that was never a pickup line. It was just something.
Something funny to see what, yeah, people
Yeah,
do.
but it
Okay.
always kind of things do tend to work though when it comes to just breaking the ice of something.
Yeah, of course. I can see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
So okay, my favorite movie line that I actually have used
Yeah.
once or twice,
Yeah.
and it actually almost is exactly the same when you said Angel used.
Hmm.
Um, this comes from one of my favorite movies, Secret of My Success.
Hmm.
Michael J. Fox, one of my favorite characters, and I think it's one line that only someone like him could probably pull off, just because of his sort of just the way he does it. So I'll say it almost like he does it. So
Okay. Okay.
basically, he goes up to this girl that he's sort of colleague at work.
Yeah.
They were working on a project together, and there's no relationship prior other than just work relationship.
Hmm.
And so they were kind of working on this project, and he looks at her and goes, "You're kind of a mess." And she's like, "Oh, thanks." And he goes, "Oh, it's making me." And he goes, "Hold on, hold on. See, I'm messing this whole thing up.
Ah.
Kind of a mess." And then she says, "Oh, thanks." No, I mean, hasn't anyone ever told you that before? And then she says, "Nope, you'd be the first." And then he goes, "So I was thinking, I was wondering, how could you be so incredibly beautiful and still be such a mess?" I thought, and she's like, and it was just, I don't know, for some reason I liked that line. It worked for
Yeah.
me. It never worked.
Okay.
It was one of those that actually I did once before,
Hmm.
and these kind of lines have to be set up perfect.
Yeah.
Um, and it was a girl that I was not dating, but we were seeing each other a little bit as friends.
Hmm.
Um, and again, no one ever took me seriously. It's just like these things don't work for me, just because I think people just call me a joker right off the bat. So it really takes a lot before someone really thinks. And I guess maybe because I test people all the time, so they,
Hmm.
so they're always like, I don't know if he's being serious. I don't know if he's doing this now. So,
Right. They're always on. Right. What's
so
happening?
what
Yeah.
do you think of that line?
Mm. Well, like you said, it works as a kind of what's he saying? Kind of that kind of reaction, and then you slide in the beautiful part, because especially girls, they have a lot of trouble hearing that they're pretty. So if you
Mm,
can sort of sneak that in there, that they actually go like, oh, maybe he means it then, because you just kind of insulted them on one level, and the other level you called them beautiful, that might actually work,
Yeah.
because then they go,
So,
maybe,
guys, if you're watching, take notes, eh? Just so you know. So this is the time you got to take some notes. So for
yeah.
the guys out there who are having a hard time picking up girls, she's telling you what works and what doesn't work here. So
Yeah, but it's important for you, if you're gonna tell a girl that she's beautiful, you want her to believe it. Otherwise, she's instantly gonna go like, you're a liar, you lie, blah. So sometimes it works better to just call them pretty. There's something that's a little bit less of a statement.
well,
um,
nowadays you can't even say to a girl that she has a nice smile. Apparently, he's like, you have a nice smile. You know, now that's an insult now. So guys have to be extremely careful now.
but that's a whole different. I don't like that stuff at all. All this politically correct business lately, I don't know.
No.
I don't like
Making a
any of that.
relationship
Any of
extremely
that.
hard, that's for sure.
But no, I think if you actually genuinely like something about somebody, you should be able to say that. And probably the best way is to just go for something that you genuinely feel like. Maybe you find her eyes really pretty, and then you're like, oh wow. Just
Your eyes
be
are like the
genuine.
moon.
Oh. Don't try to make it a pickup line.
Your lips are like the plunger of a toilet. That's worst pickup line ever.
I think that might startle her. Definitely.
Well, you said you gotta you gotta give her a little bit of an insult first.
Like,
Either
you
your
don't
lips are like
have
the
to give them an
plunger behind my
insult, but
toilet.
it might work, is what I said. I
You are
didn't
the
say you
plunger
have
of my
to.
heart.
No, but what the point with the insult is that it shows her that you're willing to say when you don't like something, and then you sneak in the beautiful part, and then that it hits harder.
Yeah, because it means it's more sincere, right? Because
Yeah,
if you're willing to like smack her with a like you're not
yeah,
you look messy, and then you go,
yeah,
well, like you said, all your shoes are ugly, and
yeah.
then but you wear them nice.
But
Your
the
shoes are
point
ugly,
was,
but on you they're awesome.
the point was in this case that she thought they were super ugly, but she somehow really really liked them because of that. It was so ugly that they're amazing, and then she bought them for that reason. So the fact that he called them ugly kind of was this opener of like, yeah, aren't they, like, wow. And then they finally had an actual conversation.
No.
So that it works.
Well,
Yeah,
the
go with
conversation.
your guts, right? I mean, I don't like this whole fake business anyway. Like, don't. I mean, if you really have to get somewhere, to get over that hump of, okay, I don't know what to say, but just in general, I would go with just asking and just having a genuine conversation with somebody. That works, I think, the
But
best.
here's the thing, though. This is what girls don't understand. The reason why you don't understand is because you don't have a penis, and this is
Yeah, okay.
so the reason why you don't understand that is because most of the time when you see a girl that you really like, there's no blood in your brain. So the blood in your brain is now sucked down into a different part of your body, and so you're not thinking straight. So a lot of times, like construction workers at a construction site, they see a couple of nice girls walking by, and their brains are like, just the blood is flowing into a different area, and now they're just like, "Oh, you're sexy, hey, baby!" Like, and they're like, "What?" And then meanwhile, the minute she walks and turns the curve, the blood comes back and goes, "What in hell did I just?"
Yeah, but people get way too offended for that kind of reason. I think if somebody calls you,
the blood is gone. The blood isn't. There's like no oxygen into the brain.
So what? And they just called you sexy. What the hell's wrong with that? Oh, that's cool, right? I mean,
creepy. Oh my god, I'm gonna walk really fast.
Come on.
No, but you know what actually does? Like this happens a lot. Oh, Opinion, how's it going, bud? You guys check out Opinion's channel. He's awesome. He's one of my dearest friends.
Mhm.
Well, woke up from my nap. Uh, wieners everywhere. He's referring to your lovely background.
Oh, yeah. I forget.
We were both showing cleavage. I got more cleavage
Yeah,
coming. Bro.
yeah. You
Hers
can
is better
just
than
open
mine.
it all up, man.
Air behave.
I can.
Um,
Here.
well, I can show butt cleavage. That's about all I got. You know what? It's funny though. A lot of
Mhm.
girls get offended when guys look at cleavage. I'm not saying you do. It's obviously not a
Oh
problem you have. But
no.
but there are a lot of girls that just like, excuse me, my eyes are here. You know, that whole thing. And then like what Homer Simpson said, I made my decision, and he just keeps staring.
Good.
But what I think what people don't realize is just how enticing cleavage is. And what I mean by that is, have you ever seen a plumber in your house and this like grimy old guy and he's got like hairy butt cleavage? You can't turn away. You don't want to see it, but you can't turn away. It's like it's something about two pieces of meat clumped together with a line through it. It doesn't matter where on the body it is. It's
It's
just
like an arrow.
it's like like a moth to a flame. Like I know this is going to kill me, and then just guys just are attracted to cleavage. He's like,
Yeah, but that's perfectly reasonable.
there's some dirty old guy working on your plumbing, figuratively speaking, and then he's just like showing his butt cleavage. You hate to see it, but you just can't look away. Like, God,
Yeah,
do it. It's hideous. But
but
why do I have to so much?
isn't it horrible? All these people who get so offended by that. Come on. I mean, look. They're,
What
they,
I don't
they're
understand.
there. They're there. You're supposed to look at them. Use it. Use it to your advantage. At least they're listening to you, sort of, kind of. I mean, you just go, okay, here, go look there, and then I talk to you while you're,
Well,
staring.
that's your
That's
strength.
fine.
That's your power. You see, like I
Yeah,
told you, a guy looks at that right away. The brain doesn't enter their head and goes into another part. So
fine.
now you're no longer dealing with a regular guy. You're dealing with kind of.
Oh, come on. Come on. But that's not entirely true. And also,
No,
it goes for women just fine. I mean, Laura has the same. If I wiggle my wiggle my boobs at her, she's also like, I can't focus. I can't focus. What do you say? I mean, this doesn't just
yeah.
go for guys. It's
Um,
girls have
no,
the same.
but you know what gets me though is like the girls that walk around the street knowing, like showing cleavage, right?
Yeah.
And then when you pass by them, they just automatically like do that, and that happens all the time. Girls do
Mhm.
that all the time. You walk by them and they right away they cover up. Like, why are you covering something that you obviously want people to see? But the thing is, they don't want everyone to see. They only want a certain amount of people to see. That's what I'm thinking. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like they want some people to see it, but not everybody. Not everyone's entitled to see it. So when they
Yeah.
walk by and they see a guy that they're just not in the mood for him to see or whatever, you know, what a creep. It's like, what do you mean? I don't show. Like I walk around with this shirt. I don't go around to girls that going, excuse me, this manly chest is just for me.
Yeah, I don't. I have no idea why they that doesn't
Austin Powers
make
just
any
joined us, by the
sense.
way.
Oh, cool.
Hey, Austin Powers, how's it going, baby? You're groovy. He goes, oh wow, the fun bags. Yeah, baby, yeah. Um, he's fun, he's good times. He
Hmm.
won't break character. This Austin Powers.
That's good. That's
So let's
impressive.
let's keep going because I have a couple ones. This is one from, I don't know if you know the movie Tin Cup.
Yes, I've seen it way back. I don't can't recall any
This
details.
one I used once
Yeah.
and it was extremely effective.
Okay.
And that's all it took. So it
Hmm.
worked. So basically, Tin Cup is a golf. If you don't know the movie, he's a golfer. He teaches golf, but he's played by what's his name, Kevin Costner. And he's not even a pro golfer. He's an amateur golfer, or he could be pro because he's good enough. But he's got some psychological issues. But anyway, he teaches golf, and so this girl she's a psychiatrist. Her husband or her boyfriend is a pro golfer, but she wanted to learn some golf, I guess, just for shits and giggles, And so anyway, so she goes and takes his classes, and she finds out he's good at golf, but she realizes that he has some psychological issues which prevents him from actually going pro, and so she she asks, she agrees to teach him. Sorry, not to teach him, but to try and get him through some of those. Now, during the course of their interaction, he falls for her, and he doesn't know how to tell her because he's a little awkward. So this is what I did, and this is something that you actually can do with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
What he did was he asked her during one of his sessions. He tells her, "There's a girl that I like," and she's like, "Really?" And she's like, "Yes, I've fallen for her, but I don't know how to approach her. I know she's got a boyfriend." He was pretty candid with her, and he's telling her she's got a boyfriend, but he's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
And so she's like, so anyway, so she's like, that's interesting. So she goes, "I don't know what to do. What should I do?" And her response to him was, "Well, just be yourself. Be honest. If you're telling it from the heart and being completely honest with her, that's the best way to approach it." So right off the bat, right away, he goes, "Okay, I'll do that." And he confesses, "I love you," to her. You're like, I wasn't meaning me. I just did what you told me to do. You just told me to confess. And that's what I'm doing. I'm giving you my heart. No, but this isn't appropriate. It's like this kind of didn't end well for her because she left, but she's thinking about it, and then she sort of realized how much she felt. Now I did this once to a girl right out of high school, and we were actually friends. And I talked to her. I said, "Listen, there's a girl that I like, blah blah blah." And I said the same thing, and she said, "Well, what?" She goes, "Well, what do you?" I said, "Well, what do I do? What should I do?" And she gave me advice. I did exactly the advice she told me.
Yeah.
And we did date for a little while. He did date for a little while.
Yay.
This
was but that sounds like it would totally work. You got it right there. You got it right there in the feels, and then you like turn it around and go, "It's you," and then that would totally work. I think that would work on pretty much anybody.
Well, it works, and also it breaks that whole thing that guys have, which is the whole friend zone. I don't know if you know about the friend zone.
Yes.
But guys, there's a friend zone. The minute you get into that friend zone with a girl, which guys don't realize, they always think that if you become their friend, that somehow it's going to be a relationship. But that never usually happens because girls will put you in the friend zone category, and it's really hard to break out of that category. It's like field. You just like, "I can't break out of this, Captain." And you just smash through, and the girl's like, now you become like her dependent, where she just tells you all her problems. And she calls you, "This guy was such a jerk to me." And then you're like, "I wish more guys were like you." And you're like, "But I'm like me." And stop being silly. That's actually happened to me.
Oh.
But yeah, so
hold on though. Doesn't it work to just be direct and go like, "Actually, I wasn't kidding." I mean, I would like to be more than just your friend. What, doesn't that work? I don't.
Well, you see, there's something called feelings.
Yes, there is.
And nobody likes hurting feelings.
Oh,
and it's hard because it's a risk you take. And a lot of times, and this is the thing that girls don't understand. I mean, not girls don't. You know now because you date girls, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But the risk 90% of the time falls onto the guy. The girl could just take in all the numbers and just take them from the air and just put them away in the pockets. Right? The risk then becomes the guy who's going to be like, who has to figure out what to say, how to say it, and then sort of leave with his with his testicles still between his legs, right? Because what happens is, his ego breaks down.
Yes.
And so now he's got to call and find. And it's not that it doesn't end at that one girl, because once he gets turned down enough times, his ego shatters to nothing, right? And then how do you keep going when you just keep getting turned? Like some guys, my uncle gave me a little piece of advice. Yeah. And you know how I do impressions, so you know that when I do this impression, it's to the T. My uncle is the type of guy, because he's Portuguese and he's from, born in Portugal. He's got this type of machismo type of attitude about our relationships. This is exactly what he sounds like. And he gave me a piece of advice, and I'm going to be a little bit graphic today. He goes, "The thing about women is this, Shane. If you stand in the corner of the street and you ask 100 girls, would you like to screw? You're going to get a lot of slaps to your face, but you're going to get a couple of screws." For him, it was all a numbers game.
Yes.
And you have to have a specific personality to endure slaps, and he does. He totally does, and I don't. Like I'm like, I think I
Yeah.
take 2 slaps and then I go hide in the corner. He takes a couple of slaps and goes, "Oh, that was a good one. It's really hurt."
No.
You know, and then he do it again because that's just the way certain guys are. That's what
Right.
you call toxic masculinity.
No, hold on. No.
I'm just joking, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's yeah, but what I don't get is when you're like all these movies, right? Where somebody's in the friend zone for years
Yeah.
and never ever does anything to get out of it. I mean, like, hello, this is your life you're talking about? This is years of your life gone by without you being honest to this person that you're supposedly close to. It doesn't make sense to me. I mean, even if it means that you get hurt for maybe a while, isn't it worth it? If you
But it doesn't
really,
end
really
there, right?
serious?
Because you got to go again. Like that's what I mean. Like you can take a beating, you can take the hit once,
Yeah.
but what is I think is misunderstood is the amount of times guys take the same beating. I mean, like emotional beating, right? Because
Yeah.
it's not like you do it to one girl and then you move you move along. You have to do it to more girls. You have to do it until it's successful, right? And it takes a specific personality to endure it and
Yeah.
keep going. And that person tends to be that cold guy that girls don't like. The one
Yeah.
that's calculated, the one that's, that's polished, the one that'll say anything. And because he doesn't care, he just doesn't care. Doesn't care to be turned down because he's got none of his actual ego riding on it. Because his whole goal is just to bed you. That's all he wants. So where a guy who kind of wants a relationship, he puts a little more into it and a little more of his self into it. So when he actually does, it's unsuccessful, it hurts him way more, and therefore then he's less likely to do it again, and to the point where guys just give up. And that's what you're actually seeing on a more serious note. Guys just have given up, just like, I'm done, I'm not. And I have friends that have just given up. They just don't care. They've taken enough smacks and they're afraid now. They're like, they're just not coming out because they see their shadow.
Yeah.
And they go back in like Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, that's why we do these conversations. I think we have to have an open dialogue with people.
Yeah.
And Austin Power says, "Oh, hey, entertainment hacker, what's up?" So we go, the lessons from the Billy Shane. You just have to wear them down and keep trying. Oh, like, yeah, that's my uncle. No, not that Billy. That's a different uncle. First they put you down, but you grow up and get your mojo going. Yeah, well, you got to get your mojo flowing. Like me, I actually got beaten down until the point where I just didn't care. But when I didn't care, it was when I was at my most powerful. I mean, powerful meaning, because when I just didn't care was when I actually was the most successful in my life. Because when you get to that stage of like, I don't care what you say to me, but now I'm going to keep going because I just, I just liked him. It worked for some reason. But yeah.
Well, because then you're more chill about it because you're like, oh, I don't care if you say yes or no. So then, then they suddenly go like, oh, maybe you're interesting after all, and they start chasing you. I mean, that's...
Well, yeah, that's exactly what happened. It's funny because the one thing that I actually have learned, and you could like I said, I learned from trial and error. You were just born knowing things about girls because you're a girl. So you can tell me again if I'm full of crap.
Sure, go ahead.
This is what you're here. You're here to tell me if I'm full of crap.
Okay.
Which is what girls like to do to me. So girls, the one thing I've always said, Cyndi Lauper gave the best advice to any guy out there when it comes to picking up girls, and that was, girls just want to have fun. And I realized that because one thing I learned, and I'm talking about girls, women are different. You put women in a different category. Women, and what I mean by that is women are experienced. They've had life experiences that, that have whittled away their, I don't know, something. But I'm talking about girls specifically. Women are more experienced. They've lived longer. They know more. Whereas little girls, if you're like a teenager and you want to know how to, girls like the party. And that's one thing I noticed. Girls like the party. What I mean by they like the fun. And so if you can make yourself part of that fun, they will join. If you can make yourself fun, and someone they want to hang out with,
Right.
they will follow, right? That kind of thing.
Okay.
That's what I've learned. And
Hmm.
when I go be successful, my most successful was when I actually realized that being a fun part of being a fun guy,
Hmm.
not a mushroom, by the way, a fun guy. That's
Right.
oh,
Okay.
he's a fun guy, baby. That's when
Uh-huh.
they started to get more successful. So when they actually realized, hey, there's something to this guy. He's kind of a fun person. I want to be part of whatever he's doing.
Right.
And I find that was successful. Um,
Right.
but yeah,
Hmm.
like how I met my girl, right? It was just like that. I was just we were at a club,
Hmm.
and she was sitting all mopey in the side, and
Yeah.
I just said, hey, would you like to go dance? And she's like, no. And I go, I'm sorry. I just swear I did this. I'm sorry. I didn't think you heard me right. I wasn't asking. I was telling you, let's go dance. And I just grabbed her hand and pulled her to the dance floor.
Nice. Uh-huh.
It was just one of those things. And you know why I could do that is because I didn't give a shit. Like,
Right.
I was like, let's just go. Like, if she said no and pulled back, I would have been like, all right, you're lost, and just walked away. But she
Yes.
actually liked it. You know, she actually liked it. And it worked in that situation. And
Right.
we danced and we just had fun. We just
Yeah.
had fun. And she realized this guy could make me smile. And that was a great thing.
Yeah. Oh, but you're exactly right. This is exactly the kind of attitude you need to be more successful. It's just go, oh, well, if she likes me, she likes me. If she wants to dance, she dances. And if she's like super grumpy and stays in the corner, well, her loss, be
Yeah.
grumpy. Yeah. But I have a similar tactic, sort of, that I tend to go for multiple girls in my life at a time, so I don't get super obsessed about any one of them. And then because I don't know if that's a girl thing necessarily, but I think girls have a tendency to kind of go, you, and then they get all like, oh no, he hasn't texted me, or she hasn't texted me forever, and
Yeah.
oh what, and you get obsessed. I don't know if that's a me thing or a girl thing.
No,
I've
no, that definitely is
noticed
the
many
case.
girls do this. So what helps me if I have multiple people that are for real and in my life, like I actually become friends with them and all that stuff, but then I don't become so focused on any one of them. So if then there's a new person, I also I don't have any particular, this, it's exciting. It's like, okay, maybe it could happen. But there's no huge pressure because you've had years and years of going like, oh, maybe she wants me too. And we could have a relationship forever and ever. There's no mountains of pressure on it.
Mhm.
That helps a lot, because I mean, she could be like the next person that
Yeah.
I'm super into and that I really want to build the rest of my life with. I don't know, but it could also just be a fling. I mean, it doesn't have that pressure on it, and
Yeah.
therefore I have more success in that situation. And this I've had similar with clients who have similar experiences with when they go like, okay, what do I do? This kind of thing really
Yeah.
helps when you take the pressure off,
Yeah,
and
that's
they
the
just
thing because
go like,
the
okay,
relationships
meet
put a lot of
people.
pressure on people, and when you
Yeah.
like a lot of like, it's funny because there's it's so dynamic, the relationship between men and women.
Mm.
Hey, Death by Saber. Sorry, I'm just introducing new people that I see. Hey, Death by Saber, how's it going, buddy? How are you?
Hmm.
Check out his channel though. By the way, he's a really awesome YouTuber. He makes like Jedi, like actual lightsabers, and get people he puts lightsabers in situations that make them fight, and really cool at that, and it's pretty
Hmm.
funny. But yeah, when it comes to pressure, that's really the big thing. Is nobody wants to be pressured, and that's sort of like the more
Mm.
easygoing thing, like you can make it, the better it is.
Yes.
Sort of weird thing about women, and again, you can tell me if I'm again full of crap.
Yeah.
And this has worked again for me, which is funny.
Mhm.
Worked again in a weird way, because I find that girls who cliques that stick together. So you always have the
Mm.
pretty girl, then you have the sort of less pretty girls who are hanging out with her.
Right.
And I've always found, like, before, when I was unsuccessful, I would go straight for the pretty girl, right? And be
Okay.
like, but then I learned that you never go straight for the pretty girl. What you do is go for the, if you want the pretty girl, you go for the less pretty girl, and then you talk to her, and then the
Okay.
pretty girl goes, "Why didn't you talk to me?"
Oh,
And that has
yeah.
actually happened. Where actually I started talking to this girl, and she's like, and I'm actually talking to her about the other one, but she
Yeah.
doesn't know that, and she's all, hmm. you know.
Uh-huh.
And then for some reason that always works, right? He was like, and then what were you guys talking about? Why were you talking to him? Then they're talking to each other, and it's just funny because it always seems to work. The jealousy, pitting one against the other. I know it's a tactic, and it's kind of a lame tactic, but it works sometimes.
Ah,
You
yeah.
know,
It
but
totally works. I get why that would work. Yeah.
I had this one a girl. She was a bartender, and her best friend, came
Hmm.
one day, and I never hit on this bartender. I never hit her. I never asked her on. We were kind of like friendly, and she was a pretty girl. She's used to. She's a bartender, so she's used to getting hit on by all kinds of guys. But I never really did.
Yeah.
Um, I wasn't into her at the time. I was into someone else. Hey, Wookie, live matter. Hey, how's it going? Anyways, this girl, her friend came to the bar one day.
Hmm.
She was really like a blonde, tall girl, and whatever. I started talking to her,
Hmm.
and she was like one of those intellectual girls who like to belittle you,
Yeah.
And so my whole tact was, she was like, so hey, how's it going, whatever. And she said something about, she tried to impress me with some knowledge of whatever, and I just said, listen, if you want to get in my pants, you don't have to. And I was joking around because that's what I said. If you want to get in my pants, you don't have to prove you're smarter than me. and,
Uh-huh.
and she was like, oh, yeah, whatever. But I was just joking, and I said it jokingly, and she knew it. We just had a really intellectual conversation, her and I. We sat down on the couch, and I could see the bartender looking at us, which is her best friend,
Hmm.
the whole day, just with this anger. No, I swear to God, I went up to her and I said, the bartender, after we left,
Hmm.
um, and I go, hey, that's your friend, right? She's really cute. Is she with somebody or anything? That's what I talked to the bartender about her friend. She's like, you know what she said?
Uh-huh.
The bartender goes, she's a stripper. And I was like, why are you throwing your friend under the bus? First of all, that's so
Oh,
rude.
ouch.
I just said, yeah,
Oh.
and so what? She's putting herself through medical school, and that's her choice. And I
Hmm.
already knew that because she told me. But it was just funny that she would right away, do that. But
Ah,
ever since that day, that bartender asked me out like 3 times. And I just liked having that on her. This
wow.
just always knowing that was a bit of a dick. But anyway,
Ah,
why are
yeah.
girls like that? You tell me.
They're savage. Women are they get really like cats between themselves. I really dislike this, but it is a thing. I think actually this is a very unpopular opinion. I think men are more evolved than women. Men are actually can actually can have a conversation. They can just go, okay, so you don't like me, well, all right. Women can't, they can't manage this. They go to a primal level of they can't handle this
Not so
whole,
loud. Feminists might hear you, and then
yeah, the
they'll
government
come knock
will
at your
shut
door and
down.
go dragging, kicking, and screaming.
Yeah, this is, you can't say that nowadays. It's
No.
really, no.
Um, I don't know. I've seen a lot of really weird acting guys too. So like, just
Well,
like,
yeah, but on the average, like I would, if I talk to a guy and I have a beef with, then you talk it out and it's fine. They don't come to you 10 years later with, that thing you did. Girls do that. They remember, and they give it to you 10 years later that you didn't do this thing then, and then they never actually told you, and then they still angry about it, that kind of thing, and this whole 4-year-old attitude of you're mine and you can't be with anybody else, and if you're with me then you can't look at other people. That I don't like that. That's not healthy. And guys, in my experience, are way more open to, hey, so you like women? It's fine. We can, I know women. I like women too, and they
One thing I
way.
would say is that guys have a better understanding with being with other guys. Like we
Mhm.
all have this we all have this sort of what do you call it? We all have this sort of like buddy system, or like almost like an alpha system where he's like, if one guy's already proven that he's good with the guys, like we all follow him. Like that little puppy, from the Looney Tunes. They're like, it's Spike, and he just hops around and he's like, oh, that's right, I'm the leader, like the alpha male, and guys kind of fall into that pecking order of who's like, and he's our hero, and then all the and he's where girls kind of like they're always at each other like, "Arr, arr, arr," like
Oh yes, absolutely.
apparently people want me to acknowledge the comments because I've been leaving them out. So let's see.
Yeah, they're asking who I am and that I
Oh,
maybe need a bra. I'm not. I don't think so. What's wrong with this?
she may have a bra, guys. It's a little small. So
I do not. Actually, I don't wear them.
this is Passionate Play. She's
Yeah.
she's a sex coach. She has a YouTube channel. Go check her out. By the way,
Mhm.
she's a pretty popular YouTube channel. So go check her out if you guys want to see. She gives you guys advice and multiple different sexual things, and
Yeah.
and if you guys want tell them about yourself, so this way they know.
So I am a sex coach. I've been doing that for 5 years now. I have a background in this area that I didn't just make it up. I have a psychology degree and a PhD in psychology. And well, I've started a YouTube channel like around the same time I started my business, and it's starting to really take off. And I do, like, for example, toy reviews, but also lots of topics, like give people advice on what to do and what not to do. Lots of different kinds of
To
topics.
be or not to be.
Yeah, but I like to give, there's a lot of topics that come by almost every single day in my practice, and then it's nice to have somewhere to put that so that people can have this information even if they can't afford to go to get a personal session with the sex coach. They can still have the information. I like that there's a whole, that I'm starting to build this giant database of, okay, what the most common questions and that sort of thing are. So that's kind of what I do.
Yeah,
And the
and
bra thing, I don't like them. Bras are restrict your energy, man. This is already like super tight.
I'll tell you, the lack of bras restrict my energy.
Restrict your energy, and then they make it
God,
flow.
ain't nothing.
And make it go woo.
See, guys, I had to compete. I know everyone's wondering how come you're wearing the low neck. I was like,
Yeah.
she wasn't going to outdo me in my own damn channel. Excuse me, I got to represent.
Exactly. It's
Well,
match.
I gotta
Yeah.
do some. I have to do some push-ups before I go on, so I can just like, hi, how's it going? And behave. Yeah. Okay, so I want to talk about this next thing on this next topic I want to discuss, which is not just topic, but what, like, okay, girls love accents, right? That's one thing everybody knows.
Mhm.
Oh, by the way, I gotta say hi to some people who just joined Gimli channel. How's it going?
Oh, hey, I know him.
Oh, you do?
Hello.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So women like accents, right? Does that a myth or is that the truth? Do girls like girls?
Is it just women? I don't know. I think.
Oh no, actually, you're right. You're right. I love accents too. I guess it's kind of a universal thing.
Yeah. Oh,
Certain
but
types of
yeah,
accents,
people
though.
go mad for that stuff. Yeah, they at least there's a bunch of my girls that that swoon right away when I start to speak in some language that
Well, you're from the Netherlands,
I
right?
don't actually know. Yeah.
And so you got can you do a heavier, because you have a slight little accent, but can you do like a heavier Netherlands accent? Do you think you could pull that one off? Let's see what you do. Let's see if you can get the boys' pants to rise. Come on, let's just do a.
Oh no, but Dutch is so horrible though.
No, man. You want to know what's horrible? I'll tell you what's horrible. Okay, I'm Canadian. All right, you want to know what a Canadian accent sounds like? Lord and under Jesus H Christ, eh? Like, hello there, I'm from Newfoundlander. I'm a
I find a lot
Newfoundlander.
of people
How can I
really
go
like
out
the
and you go
Scottish one.
fishing?
People tend to like Scottish accents in my
Oh,
experience.
I don't know. I've tried Scottish. It doesn't work. Go to clubs. Go.
No.
Hey there, that lassie. Would you like to go out with me? I got the pipes you're looking for.
I know at least a couple of people who would definitely work on.
Really?
Yeah.
You really got to roll yours.
Yeah.
You're gonna roll up the rim to win, baby. No, I find you have to have a slight Scottish accent, maybe. That's the thing. You can't go heavy duty. Everyone says like the British accent or the English accent is the sexiest, right? But you can't. Not all English accents are sexy.
Right. You can do a little bit, and then it's nice.
And you like it. You talk a little more sophisticated, like a sophisticated British.
It sounds nice.
It might actually work.
Yeah.
However, if you do a full-out Cockney accent, eh? You ain't gonna work there, love.
That probably doesn't work as well, does it? No.
Australian accents, I think, are pretty cool. I think they. Opinion actually does an amazing Australian accent. I don't want to put because I don't want to do it because I know he's listening and he'll put me to shame. But he does a really good Australian accent. But I think they're pretty sexy. Well, I mean,
I like Italian. I have no knowledge of any kind of words. I know a couple, but that's about it. But I love the Italian. And
with the hands.
The talk with the hands.
Listen, bella.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Come with me to have the pizza. There's a pizza party in my pants. That's a throwback to an old pickup line that we started with.
Those are amazing, well, to a lesser degree, Spanish.
Spanish. No, Spanish. I get a lot of people saying that's the best. A lot of people love the Spanish. Actually, Don Juan DeMarco has some great. Remember we watched that movie Don Juan DeMarco with Johnny Depp?
Yes.
Yeah, that one. He does a great spell. And I actually tried to learn the Spanish accent because of that movie because it was just like one of those things that you just got to go up to girls and go, "Hello there, I am Don Juan DeMarco."
It works less well probably with your complexion, maybe. Though.
No, actually, when I tan, I can like my Portuguese skin actually tans well. Like I don't get red.
Oh, okay.
It actually tans nice.
A bit,
and when you leave a little mustache, like a little bit of a thing, like a.
Then it works.
Johnny Depp, yeah.
Nice.
My name is Don Juan DeMarco.
Yeah, or like in The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
Really nice.
My name is Emmanuel Montoya. You kill my father, prepare to die, or something like that. You kill my libido, prepare to die. But you can't do Scarface. You can't be like, hey, baby, do you want to come home with me? Say hello to my little friend.
Right. You have to pick the right one, probably. Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like certain accents are wonderful. You're not going to go up like I know I have a lot of Indian friends, right, guys from India, but you know, sorry guys, I love you all, but your accent isn't sexy, and you know that too. Hello there, how are you doing? You know, I'm going to sing.
Laura says it was hot, by the way.
It's not certain accents, yes, certain accents, no. Like I said, the Newfoundlander accent, you're not going to go around and say, hey, how'd you like to come on a fishing trip with me?
Okay. It's funny though. Really nice.
But it's not the sexiest accent in the world. Although some people might like it. I don't know, I guess. How'd you like to go on a fishing trip? Come up surfing on.
Yeah.
Southern accents for women are really sexy. When I hear like a Southern Belle accent, like girls.
Oh, yeah, the drawl.
My stars. Like, I don't know, maybe it's I watch them like Looney Tune cartoons. I don't know. My stars. It's getting hot here. I'll take off all your clothes.
Yeah. Like what's that series with the True Blood series? It's just filled with all those
Oh, what's
sex.
the deal? What's the deal with girls and vampires? Can't leave without saying what's the deal with that. Why do women like vampires so much?
Yeah. Well, oh,
Sexy
okay.
vampires. It never worked.
You're assuming I know.
Well, you'd know better than me. I don't know. I don't get it at all. It's like, why do girls have this fetish with, like, I don't know. They have this
Yeah.
thing with vampires and sexy vampires for some reason.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
like I just don't like guys being so rough. Don't be so rough.
Like, yeah, like, go on.
Let me just warm this up for you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let me get this ready. It's just like
it's a bit creepy. I don't know, but there's definitely a thing there because there's many.
But you
many
can't be like a Bela Lugosi vampire. You gotta have to be like the Dracula type. You gotta be like, you can't go up to a girl and say, "Hello, baby. I am going to bite your neck," and then she just splashes her drink on you. Oh my God, you're thirsty. There's garlic in there.
I don't know. There's probably some people who like that.
You just put the cross on the guy. Oh my God. You got me on the wrong day. I'm very religious.
Yes. Okay. So what does work then? I mean, what have you found works the best in your because you kept repeating certain lines that you were like, I just want to see how they how they react. But what does work?
I'll tell you the craziest thing I've ever done, just because it worked a little bit, and it worked in the sense that it got attention. I actually used to write resumes, and have them with me, but they were like girl resumes, and they were designed specifically to send to girls who are working in Hooters bars or girls who are working in like just you can't really talk to too many girls and like say you go to like I don't know, go to the Sears or you go to one of those department stores and you see a girl who works there who's really hot, but it's kind of inappropriate to ask them out there. So I used to say, hi, I've done this, and I had them written out. I had like actual resumes set up, and I just handed them. I'd like to apply here, and I just handed her a resume, and she'd look at it and goes, "Oh, okay, well, I don't think we're hiring." And I would be like, "Oh, no, it's not for the store, it's for you." And she's like, "What?" And then she'll like read it, and it says like, it said my qualifications and experience, looking for long-term career, long-term goals, short-term goals. And it actually got like they actually really responded to that really nicely and started passing it around to their friends. This is like the most unique thing I've ever seen. And I was like, and then just like to check yes if you want, references. I even had references there, which was funny. That worked a little bit. But the thing that works the most is walking around with a necklace with shoes. Like a necklace with shoes hanging off of just like nice women's high heel pumps. Because girls just are attracted to shoes no matter what.
Okay.
Like the Pied Piper. The Pied Piper, you blow the whistle and then the like, but only the left shoe. You see? The smart thing is you have a bag full of like really expensive high heel pumps and you just throw them like Reese's Pieces to on the floor. And girls just like, oh my God, look at this shoe. It's so lovely. Oh my God. It's and then where's the right one? Right. And then you never give them the right one because you just keep throwing left shoes and then they follow you because they're looking for the right shoe. That actually never happened.
Okay.
It was an absolute fabrication.
That would have been a little weird.
Yeah, no, it was weird. But Gilly Channels, I feel like I'm missing the core of the question still. But
he was trying to explain why vampires have our thing.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So vampires, they have a reputation for being charming, suave, mysterious, and they aren't ancient yet still handsome. Plus, they live in a castle mansion. See, I don't know if the castle mansion is a selling point because they're usually creepy castles and creepy mansions. It's not like they live in like really nice McMansion with nice television sets and pool. It's usually this creepy, dingy place with a lot of bats and. I don't know about that.
Right. Might not be so.
I know what you mean. There's something dangerous. It's the danger, right? I think it's the danger.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
It's like the girls like the dangerous side, like the bad boy. I think it goes back to the whole bad boy thing.
Yes. Well, that might actually come closer to this our more standard point of what we like to talk about with feminism and stuff. The alpha and the beta kind of boys, girls, seriously, they don't actually want the good guys. They kind of this their primal, their animal parts. They want this good looking rough guy with the muscles, and their primal part goes for that stuff. They don't go for the nice guy. So there's this kind of weird imbalance between like what they say they want and what they
trust me, I know about that 100%. I was the nice guy.
yeah.
And the funny part is, it was this running gag of like, who are the nice guys in the world? Like, why
Mhm.
the girls are always like, why is there just no nice guys in the world? There's just no nice guys. And I was like, who the nice guys in the world? The nice guys are the guys you're complaining to about the assholes you're having sex with. That's
Yeah. Exactly. They want this whole the really primal alpha kind of energy. They don't want that exactly the nice guys. They make the friends.
But they don't want to admit it, though. I find girls, they hate to admit that part of them. It's like, but they always want to change the bad boy too, and then they realize that they can't change it, and then it becomes this like, I hate all men because he couldn't change.
Or they change him and they go like, yeah,
I liked him better before.
Yeah, I don't like him anymore. I'm just not attracted anymore. Like, yeah, well, you went from this really macho guy, and you tamed him down into this guy in glasses who stays home every night with the kids.
He was the Fonz. He was the Fonz, right? He was like, hey, how's it going, baby? Hey, let's go get some drinks. And then he turned out to be like,
hi, I don't want to go outside. It's too cold. It's getting nippy.
Yeah, and then they're surprised that they don't feel this same attraction anymore. And then like,
just by saying he's got a wedding anniversary coming up. Congratulations, by the way. I'm excited because I'll receive my once a year knob polish. Oh, behave. 22 years of marriage. Holy, that's a commitment. That's good. That's good. Bravo, my friend. Bravo. 22 years is a long time.
It's a long time.
I'm getting up there too with my girl. I think we're almost 16, 17 years. She'd be like, how come you don't know the exact date? And I'll be like, because I don't know the exact date of my own birthday. Leave me alone. I'm horrible with dates and places and things and names.
Yeah.
All information in general.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, guys, this was fun. We really should start doing this more often. It's kind of getting late.
Yes, exactly. I was gonna.
What time is it there? What time is it? It's like what?
It's 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Should we end with some pointers, or just for the diehards who could go all the way to the end of the video?
Sure, man. Sure.
End of the live stream.
You're the guru. You are the sexual guru. You telling the good stuff to the people.
You have all the years of actually going.
I have the years of failure. That's all I have. Years of failure until I succeeded.
Exactly. So what I would say that you could just about anything could work if you're going for finding a cool pickup line. I think just about any kind of line could actually work, as long as you kind of pitch it right, And what you want to avoid is the stuff that everybody says, so that they immediately kind of dismiss you, like, okay. Everybody says, "Oh, you come here often." Come on. But so then they lump you in with all those other people.
Do you have a telephone? Do you have a cell phone? Can I borrow your cell phone?
Mm-hmm.
Because God told. No. You have a cell phone because I think I have to call God because I think he lost one of his angels. Something like that. Yeah. Something like that. Yes. Or do you have a nickel? Because my mom told me to call her when I found true love. Those really weird bad ones. Right.
But what we've kind of agreed on so far is there's a surprise element, and that is nice, right? The surprise, to go like startle her a bit, like what did you just
Okay.
say? Like,
I think what we agreed upon was insult her right off the bat.
that can work.
You
Can
know,
work.
but like not a bad insult, not like your buck teeth are ugly. You know, you don't go hardcore.
No.
Insult her clothes. I think like something like oh my god, that hat is not. It's just not doing it. But your eyes, they're shimmering light into my soul. You know, it's like a punch and a hug at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
Women don't know they confuse
that
them.
outfit. What were you thinking? And then just segue into.
You can't go in like 70s guy like hello there.
It's really not bringing out your boobs like they should be. Or
No,
they
I
should,
really
yeah.
gotta work on this thing happening. You gotta like chill. Like there's not enough cleavage on my end. I really feel we gotta. There you go. Hello, boys. This is the greatest moment of my life.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, what I would really go for if you just like don't want to do all this chat up line business, just be real. Just go have a conversation and don't put all this pressure on it. Just go for a nice talk with a person. It's a person, you're a person. Just go have a talk with them. And if you like them, then but you have to kind of get to this guard. Usually they have this guard up from
Yep.
so you have to kind of somehow get around that and don't take it personal if they say like, oh, go away. It's not about you. It has nothing to do with you. It is literally has nothing to do with you. Just probably having a bad day or something. So
if I told you the amount of wrong numbers that I accumulated, just like pizza places that I like. Oh, I'm so excited! I can't wait to call her. And it's like, "Hello, pizza by the dozen." And I'm like, "Oh, damn it!"
Oh,
this is like pizza.
Oh, that's really nasty.
Sorry,
that's really nasty. Why not just?
It happened all the time. You kidding me? All the time. Girls never gave a normal. Like that's why I think today guys have it easy. Like because like right now you don't have to ask for the phone number. When I was younger, you had nothing but the phone number. Yeah, right? Maybe an email list, like maybe an email. But like now you can say, can I get your Twitter handle? Like girls don't give a crap. Sure, here's my Twitter handle, like whatever.
Right.
Do you have an Instagram account?
Yeah, right. Instagram or something like that. Yeah. And
figure now to like get communicate, because back in my day,
yeah.
Back in my day, we had things called a rotary phone.
Uh-huh.
Damn, I got the wrong number.
Yeah, and that's all you had.
There?
Yeah. No, this is the pizza store. Yeah, okay. But I think that it works really well if you just actually interested in having a conversation with her. If you want to get through that guard, just actually be interested in getting to know this person. That works. Except in a bar, it's usually kind of you're shouting over all this other noise. That doesn't work particularly well.
Are you hitting somebody?
Yeah,
I see that guy over there. Yeah, no, you're right. Like it's really difficult. Like I always say, I wouldn't want to be single now, just because it seems like you always like you almost have to have a lawyer present when you go ask somebody out.
Yeah,
you're just like, hi, I'd like to meet my lawyer, my representative. I represent Shane Martins. Would like to know if you are available Wednesday, Clark. Please sign here.
Are you fully consenting to this experience? Yes.
Sign
Okay.
here, notarize it there.
Yes.
Make sure you read it fully. There's the disclaimer. It's like it's almost like that's where we are today, but it's kind of sad in a way.
That's sad. Yes. And one trick, if you're actually getting to talk to her, the trick is to get her or him, I guess, if that's your thing, to think about you and sex in the same frame. So you want to bring up the conversation, you want to talk and just talk, blah blah blah, and then at some point you want to bring up the topic of sex. For me, that's super easy because I just tell them what I do, and then bam, and then they ask about, well, okay, well, how does that work? And but for other people, it might be a little more complicated to suddenly start talking about sex.
I ask a girl, you're like, oh, what do you do for a living? I deliver papers on my bike. I don't care how good and cool you are with the leather jacket you're wearing, the slick back hair. Cool. You ride a paper. You got a paper route. You ain't getting you're getting no play. I'm sorry.
I didn't say you should tell her what you do. I'm saying that you should somehow bring up the conversation to something about sex. So she starts thinking about sex and you in the same context, and then you can start moving on to.
You are right about that. Actually, that is something that I actually have learned. Mm-hmm. You like that's how you stay out of the friend zone. Actually, for guys, do bring up sexual, and it's got to be playful. It can't be like gross. You're gonna be like, you like sex, baby. You can't go that
right.
Straight for it. You got to be like playful. Joke about it or whatever.
Yeah.
Like I said, actually, the best way to do that was like with that Austin Powers. That's why I do it all.
Yeah.
Do I make you horny, baby? Do I? Oh, behave, right? Because girls right away they associate me with sex, even though they didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's already there. It's already linked right there. Yeah. Did they ever answer you like yeah, sure, or would you just laugh?
No, because I think they just always assumed I was being jokey, and so like they just didn't want to commit. I think they didn't want to commit to it. Like, yes, I do. And if they were, if they had, it probably would have been a joke too. So they probably wouldn't have. There would have been a guarded sort of yes. So it wasn't. But yeah, no, but I think that was always the best way to do it. Sometimes I would actually throw it on them. Mm-hmm. Throw it on them in the fact that I'd be like, I had done this before, where I'd be like, go up to a girl and say, I couldn't help but noticing you're really attracted to me. Just like, and it actually works because you're like, what? You're like, no, I'm serious. I mean, I'm sensing a vibe. I just want you to know that in case you are, I'm available. But I'm a slow guy. I don't like pushy women. So just but you make it jokey and less serious.
That's cool. That works probably really well.
Austin Power says for us to behave. I'm a sexy beast. But yeah, that's a good pickup line too. I'm a sexy beast, baby. Aaron, do you want to shag now or do you want to shag later? There you go.
Exactly. There you go. You brought it up. Done. Yeah. But let's wrap it up.
Death by Saber says communication is important. Ask her if third input is allowed. I don't know what that means. Do I really want to know what that means? Death by Saber. Third input.
It sounds like, I don't know.
Sounds like a computer lingo.
Like some kind of slot.
He said he met his wife in Long Beach, California.
Aww.
I met mine at Hard Rock Cafe. But and it's no longer there. So anyway, guys, this has been fun. You had fun?
Yes, I had fun.
Yeah, I had fun too. I knew this was going to be kind of a fun thing, or it's just I think we should. This is the thing is like too often we're bickering with each other, guys and girls, and we're serious. It's always this like me this boy gives that, but look. She lives in the Netherlands. I live in Canada. We can get along, You know what I mean? So if we can get along, there's hope for you. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just gonna conclude this, guys. So passionate play, Susan.
Yes.
Tell them again where to reach you and what you do, so this way they can come see your channel.
Okay. Well, I can post a link in a little bit. Basically, you just go to my channel and then find all kinds of cool videos about sex and sexuality and sex news and lots of cool sex toys that I've tried and tested and
lots of cleavage, right?
Lots of cleavage. Also,
more cleavage, I think. Even.
Like less cleavage and more hanging free.
More hanging fruit.
Oh yeah, because now there's
I like the melons. They're
there's
like
a giant push-up effect, but I normally more like they're more hanging free
Yeah.
because I like that. But they're blurred on YouTube. They're blurred, and on Cocoscope, I have another channel on this Canadian thing actually called Cocoscope, and there, the owner, doesn't care if you show your boobs or not. So.
Right. If I was the owner, I wouldn't care either. So this, I'm
I
not prejudiced against boobs. I'll tell you right now. I got no boob prejudice at all happening, except for my own, because I don't think they need to be seeing mine.
Okay.
But cleavage, I'm willing to present it all day long.
But yeah, you can find me there, and I have all kinds of other stuff. But the YouTube channel is probably the most. Cool
right. And also, guys, check out guys like Death by Saber, Opinion, their channels. The Gimli channel, is that a friend of yours? Check him out. Who else? I'm going through the list of people who were nice and kind enough to visit, and I'll give them all shout outs. Go check out Entertainment Hacker. Go check out Tori LG. She's she's good. And then go through the comments. There's probably a whole bunch of channels you should go through, but I can remember. And of course, subscribe to my channel. I always forget to say that. It's very important. I never say mine.
Yes.
Just the way it is. I don't have to keep telling people every 5 minutes. Subscribe to my channel in case you forgot. There's a subscribe button. Do that. Press it 3 times. Get the alert button. I don't bother with it. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. And like I said, go check her out. Oliver. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. And I'd like for you guys to leave in the comments as well what pickup lines you guys like the most. Successful.
Yeah.
That would be great to hear.
Or some really awkward ones or something.
Maybe we should do another video like when we just read other people's pickup lines.
Yeah.
All right. We'll test them out. All right. See you guys later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.